self-conscious. Is that something that you always try to create? Is that sort of like a common practice?
Maybe it's just something I'm familiar with, so it ends up there. I don't know. Maybe the next one won't have to try to move away from it.
Well, the next one.
I could be rolling at any time.
That can get you in a world of
I will try desperately to move out of your way when you start your okay. And you can always, like, if I'm in your way, just feel free to just come in upstairs. Like, I mean, it's so crowded, you know? Oh, you know what I did? Do you know what I did? Can I show you? She loved it. But she freaked out. She loved it.
Mr. Wilkinson.
I love that. Tell me, what was it about this small, very different creative film that made I don't think you can failure to apply to this.
There is an element to it. Well, I love working with him. He's focused, dedicated, perfectionist, wonderfully.
I cannot imagine what this read will be because it is really a very cinematic show. We watch it and think, this does really only what movies can do. How did this read and what did you see in this film?
In the script, well, first of all, I thought, this is a fantastic idea. This is so interesting. It could fall to pieces. The question is whether or not the filmmakers, like Michel, basically, can sort of keep it coherent, and keep it so that the audience is still interested by these two people. And they're not going to say, well, this is so complicated and so kind of obscure that I'm just going to leave. And I think this succeeds admirably in that. So it's a sort of sense of adventure in choosing to do this.
But ultimately, this movie is one thing to me. I want to find out what it is to you. And the essence of the eternal sunshine, the spotless mind. To me, this is a love story.
Yeah, it is a love story. It's a very touching love story, I think. It says interesting things about memory and destiny, especially. There is somebody typically who erase their memory of each other and yet find themselves together for the second time round, which is, an interesting sort of way of starting off, or at least, conceiving of a film or a story.
To wrap, The Passion of the Christ has made an incredible amount of money. Are you surprised by its success and even if you're why the
Well, Mel's a very kind of competent filmmaker. Better than competent. He's only won about 25 Oscars for Braveheart, so there's no doubt. There is a man who's invested a lot of passion into what he's going to do, and passion is absolutely the central ingredient of any project that's going to be successful. It doesn't have that, it's never going to work. And I haven't seen the film, but I am going to see it. So, but it doesn't surprise me that it's had a lot of hype and everything. It doesn't surprise me that people have got, wanted to go and see it. It's an impressive subject matter and impressively done, as far as I can tell.
Thank you so much.
Vanity profound note. That'll make it. Hey, Liz. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. about how do you spell your name?
Sunrise.
Oh, so that's easy. We can handle that one word.
Yes.
So it's good to get out tonight. I do have to ask you about working with Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
You know, we all have our sort of expectations about what he's really like from seeing his movies. But this is a more serious thing, and I wonder if you got to see a different side of him than perhaps we know.
He's a very intense, serious actor. He takes the acting very serious. He's kind of a method actor. He likes to, method, but he likes to stay in character a lot. So, Joel's kind of a depressed guy, so we got the depressed version of Jim Carrey, which you probably don't see very often. But that was during work hours. But as we got into it, I think he found his equilibrium in that part, and it became more second nature to him. He busted out, man, and we had a lot of fun,
I have to ask what it was like to jump on the bed in your tidy whities, as of course you had Kirsten in her panties, while Jim is there supposedly asleep.
It was a blast. It was nerve-wracking because you have this great comic genius lying there, and you're glad he's lying there, by the way, because you don't want to have to actually be doing scenes with him because you know that it's going to be tough to be match him comedically. And but then he came up to me after the first couple seasons. He's like, "That was really funny, man."
But then your ass.
He's like, "You're really funny." My ass is in his face, but hey, anything for a laugh.
So much money for
Are you a clone?
Yeah, I like clothes. I kind of don't enjoy supporting kind of design nowadays. It's really our responsibility to kind of looking after the huge bosses and the artists because they look after themselves.
Well, he's in the film, and I'm here to support him in the film. So, we're good friends. We didn't turn up in the same car or anything like that, but, I'm just happy that I can be here in LA to support him in this new film.
And a lot of people are excited to see your next work. I know you've got a couple British movies already done that we'll be hopefully seeing this summer. Can you tell me about them?
Yeah, I filmed a couple of films in England this year, one called The Purifiers, which is a kind of remake of The Warriors, American film, and then one called Spibs, which is about a bank robbery in London that goes wrong, and also filmed in New York at the end of the year, a film called Shooting Livian, which is about a rock and roll band obsessed with the Beatles that are breaking up. So there's a few things in the bag, and then I'm doing this new J.J. Abrams pilot for ABC, Lost, which is going to be exciting. It's the most expensive pilot ever filmed. Amazing. Probably because I'm in it.
I got to ask you about the success of Passion of the Christ. Like, are you amazed at how well this?
It just floored me as a movie. I thought it was absolutely stunning. Probably the best movie I've seen all year. I'm not really in the God Squad in any kind of way, but as a man, I just thought the performance that came out from Jim Caviezel was just incredible. And you know, you have to admire that filmmaking. It was brave and it was daring and it was bloodthirsty and very hard to watch. I don't think I'll watch it again for a while, but it stayed in my head for the best part of the week.
Are you surprised it's done as well at the box office as this?
No, I think that it's had a real effect on people and it touches everyone. You know, it's a story that everyone knows, you know, the story of Christ. And so I think even if you're not kind of connected to any kind of religious belief, you do know that story and it is part of our history.
Thanks so much.
All right,
all the best to you. I hate to ask.
Well, I hear it, I just don't believe it all the time.
Well, believe it tonight.
Okay.
I hate to. What is the essence of this movie in your opinion?
The essence of this movie, wow. The essence of this movie is, for me, the feeling you get when you know you love somebody and it defies logic to be with them, and yet there's another part of your brain that's working on a whole other level saying, this is the person. I don't care what the facts are. You know?
I think that a lot of critics are going to say, you know, this is a serious-sided Jim.
I don't fear the critics.
Oh no, this is a good thing. No, I think saying, you know, this is Jim and it's more serious, but you don't necessarily view it that way, do you?
Pardon me?
You don't necessarily view it as a more serious.
I view it as acting. No, I know. You know, whatever acting fits the piece. You know, so to me, it's Ace Ventura is a whole other selection, a whole other tone, and I do that, and now I'm learning many different angles on it. It's really an interesting experiment.
I just read a New York Times article that actually talked about how prophetic the release of Bruce Almighty was, and that it in some ways sort of foreshadowed audience's interest in maybe a little more spiritual thing. And they said, you know, we should have paid attention to that. How do you feel about that comparison, and how do you feel about the success of Passion?
Of Bruce Almighty? And
Passion.
Oh, Passion! I think it's wonderful. I think it's great. You know, everybody should be able to express, you know, spirituality their own way. You know, that's what's wonderful about it. I think you know, any trouble that comes from that sort of thing, you know, there was so much controversy around it, and if people understood their spirituality, if they understood their religion, there would be no issue and no reason to hate. You know, all is forgiven. You know, it's a good thing.
Appreciate it.
But I appreciated that Mel gave us that. It was nice.
MTV right now.
Realistic, a very realistic look at what it means to be in love and be in
Passion. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, like a week later, it's made, you know, another $4 billion.
Oh, it's amazing.
Are you surprised at all at the success of that film?
I think I'm surprised that it was so hugely successful, and it's sort of maintaining its success. But because it seems to only appeal to a niche audience, but at the same time, because of all the controversy, I think that's also part of it. People are curious. People that may not have ever gone to see that because of the subject matter are going to see it. But I think it deserves it. I think beyond everything else, I think it's just on its own merits a really incredible film. And beyond all that, whether you like the film or not, what I think is most important is that it's a risk. In an industry where people don't, you know, take risks nearly enough, you know, he took a risk to make that movie, and I think that's amazing.
I think that this is really, it's exciting for us to watch this and have you in it, and I'll tell you why. To come from last year's most successful movie to the first movie this year that you can tell there's a lot of love for, is, you know, like makes this a really amazing time, whether or not you know it.
Oh man, no, definitely. Yeah, I mean, to be a part of something like this after Lord of the Rings is really special for me, and to have it come so close to that release, it's just great for me to be able to show a different side of me, and also to be a part of something equally special and something that I really believe in. I mean, it's an honor for me. Thanks, man.
It's a lot more about Tony's journey. Great. Just one of those. All this music. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for
How are you?
Gillies. That's all you want. Gillies.
Obviously, we're going to see you in Spider-Man 2 in about 8 weeks.
Yeah.
How's it?
What, 8 weeks? No. July. It's a summer movie, dude. Dude, you're hanging up for the summer somewhere.
I want summer now, but I mean very soon. Are you feeling the heat? Are you getting excited?
I'm getting really excited. I mean, it's kind of cool. I was at that heavy movie the other night. What was I was at the Passion the other night, and the trailer came out. It was kind of exciting to be seeing, to be seeing the advertisements for it. It's going to be an incredible movie.
But the Spider-Man 2 trailer running before the Passion, talk about a mix.
Well, dude, yeah, it's not exactly in the same vein, although it has sort of religious undertones, I think. I don't know. I just whacked myself on the red road.
It's okay. Sort of fun action movies.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Did you check out the Passion? Did you guys check out the Passion? What'd you think?
Brilliant. It's amazing. I was totally wrecked by it.
I was devastated too. After a while, I was just like, all right. We beat the shit out of Christ.
Just kill him.
Yeah. Does he die in the end? I don't know. Dude, see, that's not funny, though. So admit that.
Spider-Man 2 star says.
Yeah, dude.
So does this mean you're a bad guy? Because it's like if your verse is Charlie,
mate, I'm not disposed to give you that. I can't give you that.
You've got to be evil.
What's that? No. Just check it out. Well, you might be evil. What's evil? What's good? What's your name again, buddy?
Mike Sedona.
Mike.
Nice to meet you, man. We'll see you at the junket.
I get my whole hand around it. How are you doing?
Yes. Are you
Jake.
Do you think that that's more for graphical arts? Congratulations. I mean, in a way, it's fantastic. That was the exception for me. That was
Amazing 20-second version of the plot of this movie that it's just, I've heard you do it, it's just so fantastic.
Okay.
Could I trouble you to do it?
Have you got a stopwatch?
We're ready.
Okay, 20 seconds. This is a movie with myself and Jim Carrey in it, directed by Michel Gondry, written by Charlie Kaufman, and as far as I'm concerned, I think it's a very simple love story about two totally mismatched people who just hit hard times. They have a great relationship, but it's very tempestuous. Clementine decides she's going to erase all memory of Joel and their relationship from her mind. To spite her, when he finds out that she's done this, he goes and does it too. Then the movie plays out in this wonderful series of memories that they've shared whilst they are being erased. Once the procedure has been done, fate has its way. As strangers, they meet again. I just love that. It's like meant to be. It's so fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
I feel like I should applaud.
Yeah, that's Orlando Bloom. I was like, yeah, I guess it rubs off on everybody. The comments are everywhere.
Tell us what it's like to work with Jim and your expectations versus the reality of him.
Jim, everybody thinks he's like cracking jokes all the time or making funny faces, but he's very, concentrated on his character and listening to his Coldplay and very quiet and in his headspace because it was hard. It's a hard role. He has to be, deal with a lot of stuff probably he didn't want to bring up. But he was very honest and really good.
Thank you.
Kirsten, I just want to ask you real quick. Between the Virgin Suicides and this movie, which I saw yesterday,